Hello, everyone. I am back with another one of my comic book ramblings. And this time, also, I would be taking a nostalgic uh, dive into a personal favorite comic book of mine. Um, it's Batman and Robin Adventures, issue number 7 by Ty Templeton and Rick Burchett. This is one comic book I've read more than 20 years ago. But for various reasons, I kept coming back to it. Needless to say, it's one of my favorite single issues of all time. But this book is not just another nostalgic piece of childhood, but also a book that holds up to being just as appealing as an adult for various reasons. As an adult, you start noticing various thematic complexities that you might have overlooked as a kid. These are the works that were foundational in shaping our tastes, our likes, and reasons behind them. And this book is the perfect example of that. So, in the left side of this page, right at the start, is the advertisement of the acclaimed work by Mark Waid and Alex Ross that you might know, ardent DC Marvel readers or maybe just superhero comic book lovers. You surely must have heard of the acclaimed graphic novel Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Alex Ross. It's very dramatic advertisement with highlights of some of the key characters of the graphic novel. Very dramatic and very eye-catching. It also happens to be the first Batman comic I had read, written and drawn by Ty Templeton and Rick Burchett. For those of you who don't know, Ty Templeton is a Canadian comic book writer and an artist best known for his acclaimed work on the DCAU comics, um, Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures, Expanding the Universe. Batman and Robin Adventures, as the name suggests, features Batman paired with Robin, Dick Grayson here, going out on various interesting adventures, solving mysteries. In this issue, the ventriloquist Arnold Wesker and his ruthless puppet Scarface fall out. When Scarface discovers, when Scarface decides to murder a member of the ventriloquist's family, Batman must now step in to protect Wesker from his own split personality. The art style is an emulation of Bruce Timm's, lines versus curve style from his acclaimed animated show, Batman the Animated Series of the 90s, the series that I grew up watching and appreciating the nuances as an adult. I still revisit the show from time to time. It's absolutely timeless. So the story starts off quite like this. I just wanted to share why I keep coming back to this book, basically. And why it's not just nostalgia that compels me to revisit this book. So basically, right off the bat, during a chaotic jailbreak attempt orchestrated by the Riddler at Arkham Asylum, the aggressive dummy personality, Scarface, wakes up early. He just wakes up. As you might know, um, Arnold Wesker suffers from severe degrees of personality disorder, and his other persona, Scarface, the mob boss, was its manifestation. He catches Arnold secretly cuddling a meeker, kinder sock puppet that he made for himself to keep his mind at ease. And viewing this, uh, viewing this sock puppet here as a supreme betrayal. A fiercely jealous Scarface forces Arnold to destroy it. He then hijacks the Riddler's escape route, and Scarface basically decides to punish Arnold by taking him to the Wesker estate, the heavily fortified home of his hostile mob family, with the explicit vow to assassinate a member of Arnold's own family. The member of the member is not revealed till the very end. So they escape using the Riddler's escape route. But the Riddler is unable to, because they sort of you know trick the Riddler and knocks him cold. And when he regains consciousness, Batman and Robin are standing right in front of him. They question the Riddler, and then they basically track the duo down where they went, and arrive at this estate uh, amidst an active, brutal gunfight. They get caught up in the they basically get caught up in the crossfire, facing off Arnold's cousin. Then they have a brief encounter as they navigate the heavily guarded mansion. They hear you know gunshots, sudden gunshots, followed by Wesker sobbing and screaming for his mother, which just happens right after a few pages. Here, basically, they come toe to toe with Arnold and Scarface, and Scarface opens fire, and Batman and Robin sort of swoops in, protecting his cousin. And this is one of those panels that was really, that really did an impression on me. I still remember this panel vividly, and I have sort of fond memories whenever I flip through the pages and stop in this particular panel to just appreciate how effective this artwork has been crafted. So as they navigate the heavily guarded mansion, they hear gunshots followed by Wesker sobbing and screaming for his mother. Scarface is like constantly putting Arnold in stress that he's going to find his mother, just out of pure jealousy, that thinking that he's too attached to his mother, and that needs to change. Puts Arnold under a lot of stress for that, and he keeps on doing that until he finds a particular room where basically the final showdown takes place, and Batman then hears hears gunshots. It's written bang bang, and followed by so Wesker was sobbing and screaming for his mother, and Batman just rushes through the stairs and then breaches the room to find a devastating sight rather. Arnold has shot Scarface's head completely off. Initially, it looks like Arnold finally stood up to his abuser, but Batman discovers the heartbreaking truth. Scarface and Wesker were wrestling over a physical photograph. It was the only photo that Wesker had of his late mother, who was killed by mobsters when he was a child. Scarface destroyed the photo during the scuffle, and in a blind feet of grief and rage over losing his mother's image, Arnold destroyed Scarface. Deeply shattered and bleeding, Arnold curls up on the floor, weeping and frantically clutching the splintered remains of the dummy. Batman tries to offer medical aid, but soon the realization sets in. With the photo gone, Scarface is tragically the only family Arnold has left in the world. And the last advertisement features Pinky and the Brain, the animated show. I think it was a spin-off of Animaniacs, but I never really watched Animaniacs. I watched Pinky and the Brain when it was on television as a kid. I thought it was a really good show. But yeah, that's about it uh, regarding the story. So just a few things. I had a few after basically reading this book over and over again over the years. I There were a few takeaways that I gained from reading this book. So, based on emulating the Bruce Timm art style, Rick Burchett developed a style quite close to Tim while kind of adding his own spin on it. The art, in some instances, uses elongated panels. Let me show these example of which panel I'm talking about. This is the one. Which basically allows for controlling the pace and energy of the story more effectively than using words. Also, this particular panel is this is one example of how effectively a sense of motion is created by the artist in ways watching films cannot truly. And I also think it's not just a great Batman story, one shot Batman story, but it's also a great um, all ages comic. And you may ask why this is such an ideal all ages comic, because I think it effectively tackles heavy themes while not being gratuitously violent or anything, and also doesn't not talk down on the younger audience. A couple of reasons why I feel anyone can read the book. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.